Halo semuanya, jumpa lagi sama gue Walneko. So, kita lanjut lagi memainkan game Final Fantasy 16 ya. Damn, di part kemarin kita benar-benar disuguhin pertarungan yang sangat-sangat epic ya antara dua bersaudara yaitu Clive dan Joshua melawan pangeran dari Sunbreak yaitu Pangeran Dion yang entah kenapa dia tiba-tiba mengamuk, dan tapi kita udah dijelasin tuh setelah mengambil kekuatannya kita ngeliat masa lalunya si Pangeran Dion ini, yang dimana ternyata kenapa dia mengamuk adalah karena dia membunuh bapaknya sendiri gitu, yang disebabkan oleh konspirasi yang dibuat oleh si Ultima, dan kita berhasil ngalahin mereka. Terus si ibunya juga udah mati karena bunuh diri ya. Terus juga kita udah bertemu kembali dengan Joshua. So, kita lanjut aja bermain Final Fantasy. Rupanya udah 73%. Berarti tinggal 27% lagi kita bakal tamat. Tinggal dua kekuatan icon aja nih yang kita belum dapat, yaitu si Shiva sama Odin. Nah, entah gimana ini dapatin kekuatan Shiva, gue belum tahu nih gimana caranya. Apakah Jill akan sukarela memberikan kekuatannya sendiri gitu? Nah, kita berhasil nih set gile sampai lubang menganga gede banget nih. Ini kita berhasil ngancurin kristal dan dominion. Kita bakal ngancurin ini selanjutnya. Kayaknya di final chapter nih kita ngancurin ini nih. Nah, sekarang kita balik lagi ke Hideaway dan kita ngebawa ini ya, Pangeran Dion ke sini ya.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Oke, baik. Jadi kondisinya si Joshua ini dalam keadaan tidak sadar ya semenjak pertarungan di Dominion, dan itu disebabkan juga oleh kutukan yang ada di dadanya, yaitu saat si Joshua itu menyerap kekuatan si Ultima. Mungkin karena itu juga kondisinya makin berubah. Tapi kata si Tarja, dokter yang ada di The Hideaway, teman kita juga, dia akan sembuh segera. Nah, lu lihat kenapa langitnya berubah? Nah, di part kemarin itu kan ada Ultima itu di atas menara, dia kayak nunjuk ke langit gitu kan, kayak ngerubah awan gitu. Nah, ini rupanya kita benar-benar akan mendekati akhir, coy. Wih, good. Selamat juga lo. Syukur dah lu selamat.
She walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive? Clive? Go
on then.
Ada yang baru nggak ya? Oh, nggak ada cuy.
Finished, are you?
Ada pedang yang baru. Oke, sekarang kita ke Black Throne. Kali ada sesuatu yang bisa kita tempat. Use the ports. Nah, ada pedang namanya Blackburn. Wis.
No scratches, right?
Pedang yang kita dapat dari hasil ngalahin si ini, si apa namanya? Si Bahamut. Wait.
That it? Fine.
Oke, kita udah ganti pedangnya, nggak bisa ditempa lagi. Kita akan berbicara ke Otto, biasa laporan. Look, langitnya udah mulai gelap coy.
There's barely been a shipment in since the skies started boiling. A few more days without a visit and we'll have to start eating the blankets.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Otto, my man.
What are you making them skate?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Oke, kita tadinya mau minta kabar bagus apa yang sekarang ini, tapi si Otto tuh apa ya, agak ragu juga buat ngasih infonya gitu. Nah, lebih baik kata dia, mending lu berbicara sama Vivian sama Harpocrates gitu tentang situasi saat ini. Dan juga rupanya si Gap sama pamannya si Clive ini lagi ngebantuin Mid di Free Cities untuk nyelesain project, yaitu project The Enterprise. Wih, kayaknya kita bakal ngeliat hasil dari kapal yang dibuat sama si Mid. Nah, sekarang kita ngomong dulu nih sama Pian.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Oke, sekarang kita memasuki penjelasan wilayah.
Fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen
Ini ada kristal yang sudah hancur nih guys.
Udah
4.
But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire, Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Oke, itulah kabar yang kita terima dari Pipian tentang apa yang terjadi di wilayah apa sih sebutannya map ini, Palestina gitu ya. Dan rupanya Iron Kingdom sama wilayah Rosaria itu udah kolaps kayak. Udah dalam kacauan, udah hancur lah. Terus juga wilayah Dalmekian ini perdana menterinya kabur, dan wilayah paling parah tentunya adalah wilayahnya si Sunbreak, di mana rajanya udah mati, pangerannya hilang, ratunya meninggal ya. Pokoknya sedang dalam kekacauan, dan juga kristal-kristal itu udah beberapa di wilayah ini udah nggak bisa digunakan. Jadi yang tersisa cuma ini nih, wilayah dari Waloed. Nah, rupanya Waloed ini memulai pergerakan ya, entah untuk menginvasi atau gimana nih. So, hari kita bicara dengan Harvokrates. Dan entah kenapa wilayah kekunci semua ya. Lihat, pada kekunci cuy. Padahal gue mau nyelesain set mission sama bounty hunter. Belok sini nih.
Is a storm coming soon?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Oke, dari penjelasan yang si Harvokrates itu 6 hari dari munculnya awan ini akan akan datang kegelapan yang akan apa ya, nyamperin para anak-anak atau manusia gitu, yang dikirim oleh para dewa, yang mana ini dewanya ini adalah Ultima. Entah dalam 6 hari apakah kita akan melawan sesuatu yang luar biasa atau mendekati akhir. Oke, sekarang bicara lagi dengan Otto lagi.
Clive, we have a problem.
Clive, kita punya masalah.
That would be a first.
It would.
Masalah apa nih?
Actually, there are 3.
Buset, ada 3
We had
masalah
as many
cuy.
owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashie out of gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains.
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Oh iya, kan di setiap wilayah itu muncul ini ya, wabah, munculnya akasik. Jadi kayak kayak setiap jadi di wilayah itu muncul makhluk-makhluk yang udah tidak bisa berpikir. Jadi kalau manusia yang terkena itu dia bakal jadi binatang buas lah. Nah, di wilayah ini kan sini ya kalau nggak salah. Kita kemana dulu ya? Kita ke Martha dulu deh. Kita ke Martha Rest dulu buat nyelesain masalahnya Martha. Jadi cuma bukan bukan makhluk yang kehilangan akal doang, tapi desa-desa juga ada yang dijarah sama bandit-bandit juga ya. Ya emang udah situasi di dunia ini emang udah kacau ini.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Oke, kita akan membantu para prajurit melawan Akasik ya. Jadi mereka itu datang semenjak awan berubah menjadi gelap. Sekali datang katanya ratusan, tapi semakin lama semakin dikalahkan malah tidak terhitung gitu. Oke, kita udah kebuka, terus gue ngebuka skill dulu ya. Ini adalah skillnya Bahamut. Widih, keren sih nih. Apain sih? Begin casting mega player, press to execute. Oh my god. Ini apa? Bisa ngeluarin bola-bola gitu loh. Oke, kita tagin ini. Terus kayaknya gue pakai skill ini deh. Coba lihat dulu kayak gimana nih. Press shield to execute the length of the casting, determine the potency of the spell. Oh, kayak nge-charging gitu ya. Walah, gila keren juga. Ini gue pakai nih. Oh, bisa menghindar juga. Kalau menghindar ada tambahan peluru. Oke. Waduh, tinggal langsung 400 cuy. Bentar. Mana yang gue ganti ya? Ini gue masih pakai. Sayangnya ini nggak bisa diganti sama ini sih skill yang lain. Biar agak berguna dikit kita. Ini cocok untuk pertarungan banyak. Ini di Mac Dealer. Wah, kayaknya inilah. Kamu gue ganti dulu pakai ini. Tuh, ini gue ganti pakai giga player ya. Segitiga giga player. Oke. Terus yang ini ganti lulu. Kalau impuls gimana sih? Ini aja impuls. Dah. Oke, let's go guys.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Udah banyak prajurit yang bersiap-siap di sini untuk menghalau para akasik ya. Kita panggil si ini. Chocobo.
Ready, go? Faster!
Jah, kalau deket mah ngapain gue panggil tadi?
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first. To me, flames!
So, langsung kita ini sekitar.
Get him!
So, muncul musuh baru. Kayaknya ini semua monster itu ke ini guys. So, kontaminasi. Mana sini, ayo. Pengen nyoba. So. Cuy, anjay. Oh, dan itu ada delaynya cuy. Ih gila, keren cuy. Flare-nya. Wah, gue pakai deh. Anjay, keren cuy. Oke. Selesai sudah.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Dia barengan sama si ini, apa namanya, Guardian of the Flames. Orang-orang isi wet.
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Oke, kita akan membantu para pengintai yang yang apa namanya, yang kembali ke sini, tapi sayangnya mereka diikutin sama ini loh, sama para akasik. Nah, jadi kita akan membantu mereka ya, supaya para pengintainya si Martha ini selamat. Dan mungkin di situ juga ada si Serwet juga ya. Oke. Oke, kita sudah sampai guys. Wah, udah ini juga, udah terluka juga mereka. Nah, ini dia nih Serwet.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Buset. Kuya-kuya.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Hey. Son. Aduh. Buset, keras amat. Oh iya, kedua palanya ya. Balikin. Gagal. Aduh, kaget anjir. Tembak proyektil. Set. Mati. Beres. Enemy slain.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Oke, sekarang tujuan kita ke Eastpool. Rupanya bagian ini diserang, guys. Lihat sini aja, teleport. Ini gelombang kedua yang melanda Eastpool sekarang. Aduh, gatel ketek gua. Lihat sini. Oh. Chaos banget nih keadaannya. Oke, sekarang kita naik ini. Chocobo.
Good girl.
Let's go. Dah. Deket banget. Buset, pasukan goblin. Dan ini juga beberapa drake ya.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Ngumpul semua. Oke, musuh baru datang. Buset. Chocobo-nya juga ini cuy, terinfeksi. Mati.
Something's coming.
Wah, ini agak merepotkan musuh yang ini nih.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we?
Shall we? Oh no. Oh, stagger. Wah. Udah diam gini aja. Deres. Deres banget itu di make-nya, Cok. Deres banget.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
Udah beres semua kah? Apa masih ada lagi?
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Oke, quest complete ya. Kita berhasil mempertahankan di wilayahnya Martha. Ini dapat update Guardian Scarf. Spread in Clip Chamber.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Oke, tuanku ada
Oscar?
seseorang yang
Over here.
harus temui. Siapa? Oscar.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, anaknya si
He
Murdoch.
didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Oh, sepupunya.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, so wait. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Squire itu apa sih?
So bad?
Prajurit ya?
You were a squire once,
Apa pendamping?
and I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Udahlah, intinya mah kita dapat anak buah baru gitu ya. Nah, oke, di wilayah Marta udah beres. Sekarang kita pergi ke wilayahnya Northridge. Ya, tempatnya siapa sih? Lupa gua. Yang punya rumah bordil itu.
First we find Isabel.
Iya, Isabel. Nah, sekarang kita temuin Isabel. Pasarnya udah pada guys. Para prajuritnya juga yang biasa ngejaga di sini udah nggak ada. Mana mereka?
I can't do it.
Oh, nggak ada Isabel, adanya anak buahnya doang.
My lord, my lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Asik tapi berbeda.
Ultima's thralls.
Oh.
And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Jadi Isabelnya ada di apa namanya? Di garrison. Garrison tuh apa sih? Barisan depan bukan sih? Atau kayak tempat diskusi para prajurit gitu? Apa tempat latihan ya? Nah, I don't know. Ntar gue bakal lihat di translate aja deh. Lihat para orang-orang rasis ini yang sebelumnya sekarang mereka mereka terluka.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days.
Ya iyalah, orang rajanya udah mati.
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Pokoknya prajurit-prajurit yang ini para kena mental guys saat melawan Akasik. Nah, kita akan bertanya kepada para penduduk desa yang melihatnya tentang apa yang makhluk apa yang datang. Mari kita tanya yang ini nih.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
Pokoknya dia mencari keluarganya. Terus kita lihat ke sini.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now.
Kita tahu kemana kita harus pergi. Jalan menuju ini ya, ke arah Moor. Ke Moor itu kalau nggak salah tempat oh ya tempat kita ini ya bersembunyi. Bukan bersembunyi, tujuan kita sebelum menyusup ke wilayah ini Sunbreak sama si Cid dulu. No, di sana. Iya gue lupa panggil ini. Cokobo. Ya lu lihat perubahan drastis banget ya. Yang dulunya wilayahnya aman, tentram, damai dan rasis juga, terus sama diskriminasi para apa sih nama bearers ya. Dan sekarang lihat Sunbreak menjadi tempat yang begini lah. Tempat yang hancur, orang-orang udah nggak bakal bisa hidup tenang sih. Ya hitungannya ini karma buat mereka sih yang udah mendiskriminasi para bearers. Waduh.
I see them with me.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Apa nih? Oh ini dulu nih. Wah. Boom. Sakit banget gila. Au. Salah timing gua. Mati gua ini lama-lama. Wah. Enemy slain.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't
Ini
mind,
kayak dua
I have sentries to post.
orang yang sedang cinta ini.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
No problem. Oke, yang bagian Isabel ini kita sudah selesaikan. Nggak selama yang punyanya misinya si Martha ya. Tapi bagus lah. Nggak bertele-tele. Nah, sekarang kita ke si dilema. Dilema ini yang si pedagang yang ada di wilayah Dalmatian. Pokoknya munculnya penyebab para akasik ini yang apa ya? Yang kristal, pada kristalnya sudah hancur. Mereka munculnya di situ tuh. Mana tuh orang? Oh, ini dia nih.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle.
Gue minum dulu ya.
Should I be worried?
Aus cuy.
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Oke. Quest diterima.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Oke, sekarang menuju ke final sting. Oh, ini bar ya. Bar yang dimana si Clive sama pamannya ngerusuh.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Oke, rupanya tuh dua orang sedang debat kusir ya. Yang satu pengen nyewa tentara bayaran, yang satu pengen gunain uangnya untuk membeli makanan dan minuman buat orang-orang. Ya intinya mereka saling ketakutan lah, antara mereka nggak bisa ngamanin wilayah mereka atau mereka mati kelaparan. Ini Victor nih yang ngebantu kita di wilayah Dalmatian pas ngebebasin para Bearers.
What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Oke, udah berbicara dengan Victor, sekarang kita akan berbicara dengan Lubor. Oh, dia Lubor.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Ya, pokoknya mereka tuh punya rencana bagaimana ngasih opsi ketiga buat orang-orang yang tadi bertengkar ya. Yaitu ngarahin semua kemarahan ke arah semua bandit itu. Kita akan menolong untuk recruit Conrad.
Here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Oke, kita udah mendapatkan, kita sudah merekrut si Natalie. Ya, sekarang kita pergi ke sisinya siapa? Sisinya Conrad Lubor atau siapalah. Pokoknya sisinya yang pengen nyewa mercenaries, tentara bayaran. Ini dia. Bertele-tele juga ya misinya ya. Malesin juga ya.
The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, Are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, milady.
Oke, kita udah nge-recruit si Conrad deh. Nah, sekarang kemana? Speak with Victor. Ya ampun. Terlalu muter-muter sebenarnya ini misi yang di sini.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together.
Wait.
The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Oke. Kita akan menghancurkan para bandit. Nah, kita kebagian di wilayah gurun ya. Sementara si Victor sama si Lubor itu bakal di wilayah sebelahnya lah. Nah, orang-orang kota ini bakal bersatu padu untuk mengalahkan para bandit. Mana tuh para bandit? Gue gebugin lu pada. Oh, mereka datang. Sini lu. Wah.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Hancur lo. Wah.
All yours, Torgal. Torgal, kill. Too slow. Nice try.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment. Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least.
I'd be happy to tell Otto everything that happened. But I know he appreciates it when you spare him the time.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua! Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after after him.
Dia cuma sedikit.